with the prayer song. We are starting this function with the prayer song. I request Lakshmi Chandana, a student of MBA first year, to have a prayer song. Over to Lakshmi Chandana.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible
Yes, you are audible.
now? गुणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणानीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi Chandana. We always invite you for any of the function. Really, a great support from 2018 till date, whether the function is online or offline. It is only Lakshmi Chandana praises prayer song and she starts the function. Thank you, Lakshmi Chandana, for such a nice prayer song. Now I will introduce the occasion. It is a Tourism Research Day. This is an idea coined or initiated by the alumni of Department of Tourism Administration and also research and consultancy cell at the Department of Tourism Administration, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Maharashtra. So this idea was coined, and the objective behind celebrating Tourism Research Day is to create awareness of tourism research among the global tourism students. It is the objective is not only the tourism students; it is around the globe. This is the first time this kind of idea coined by some tourism department in the country, and they are celebrating. And as we both, Mr. Chinmay Tiwari sir and me, we both are alumnus of the same department, and we worked on the UGC major research project, and we also thought that we will support the idea of celebrating tourism research day, and I proposed online lecture series for that, and that should benefit to the UG PG students, as well as it should create an awareness among the students. Okay, so that was idea. It was proposed, and I thank Dr. Tulok Chandar, our academic in charge. Immediately, he also accepted idea, and we invited Mr. Chinmay Tiwari sir for this function. Again, few more objectives of this tourism research day are the to highlight the importance of tourism research, to encourage and guide students and scholars in tourism research innovation, creation and application of knowledge in making significant change in socio cultural and economic aspects for the benefit of the people. Even during my all interaction with you student, I always encourage you for the research activities. I always speak about the research, and today I am in the academics is because of I started research activities, and I got into the academics. So this is the Department of Tourism Administration, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, where I started my research activities. Then I started slowly growing, and I got into the academics, and now in my own capacity I keep promoting students for the research, which that research benefits in the future career opportunities, as well as it should benefit to the society. This always I keep on interacting with the student. Even I do it in my own capacity, but today we are doing this through the institute platform, and we have invited Mr. Chinmay Tiwari sir here for the lecture. Let me introduce Mr. Chinmay Tiwari sir. Basically, he is assistant professor of tourism and hospitality at the SN Arts and Commerce College at Sangamner, Ahmednagar, Maharashtra. Basically, he is a science graduate, masters in tourism administration. He also have done postgraduate diploma in human resource management, and he is a UGC NET GRF scholar. Currently, he is pursuing PhD in tourism management, and his topic is very interesting, which speaks about the world peace tourism, spirituality, tourism, and world peace. Basically, the idea is to the research intends to study the ancient spiritual philosophy in India and its role in attracting foreign tourists. Many of the spiritual houses in India, spiritual places in India, attracting so many foreigners to India, and that's what he is studying. He is on the verge of completion of his research program, PhD, and soon he will become a Dr. Chinmay Tiwari. Again, few more thing about his research experiences. He worked on the major UGC major research project. He also he worked in the same department of tourism administration as a teacher there, and currently, he is a coordinator of the placement cell at his institute, member of startup and innovation cell, board of studies member, member of the examination committee, and also he have developed a syllabus for the diploma in travel and tourism, then advanced diploma in hospitality and tourism, then diploma in hospitality and tourism. So he have published several research papers and also participated in the different research conferences. He is associated with the Maharashtra State Board of Vocational Education, Mumbai, then National University Student Skill Development Program, and also with the Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan. So really a dynamic personality with us. He also have done faculty development program, and he himself organized some of the conferences. So still I have a biodata, his biodata here, and as we are running short of the time, I stop here, and on the behalf of Indian Culinary Institute, once again I welcome Mr. Chinmay Tiwari sir. So with this, I, I would like to invite Chinmay Tiwari sir to address the gathering and take over the session. Thank you, sir. And now session over to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lomde, sir. I think I'm visible from other device now.
Uh, yes,
I
sir.
have
Yes, sir.
joined through two different devices.
Yes,
I
yes.
beg the pardon of the organizer and all the participants over here. Lomde sir knows that I traveled to hometown due to some reason, and due to the weather over here, I'm having some bandwidth issue right now. But I will try to manage. I joined with two devices, so I hope I will be visible on another device, and I will be presenting on the different device.
Yes, sir. You are
Uh,
absolutely visible.
Okay, thank you, sir. First of all, I am very much thankful to Dr. Lumte, sir, for giving such a long introduction of mine. Uh, I'm not that much a qualified researcher, scholar, but he has given me this opportunity to come here. Basically, he is my advisor, friend. He is like an elder brother, and we work together. I have learned a lot of things from him. So, listening your own introduction from the person who is like an elder brother to you, it is a unique experience I'm having today. Anyways, we'll move towards the topic. First of all, I would like to thank all the administrators, authorities at the Indian Culinary Institute, Tirupati. Personally, I will thank Dr. Tirlok Chandra sir for the academic coordinator for inviting me over here and organizing such a wonderful online series. And again, I'll take this opportunity to thank Dr. Lumte sir for giving me this opportunity. So instead of taking much time, I think we shall move towards our purpose. Today, as Dr. Lomte sir has rightly pointed out, that we are just trying to celebrate this day. We are just trying to uh, create an awareness among the student that research methodology is a very good subject and very good avenue to explore for the students. From my experiences, over a decade, I'm in the teaching field. I'm having an academic experience of around a decade now, and from the experience of other fellow colleagues, seniors, and my guides, mentors, we found that students are somewhat reluctant towards the subject of research methodology. There are many reasons. The basic reason could be that students feel that this subject is not much important in their career. They like you people are studying culinary arts, so you focus on the major subjects of that particular stream. Even the people students was learning tourism, travel, or other hospitality subjects, they focus on their core areas, core subjects, core expertise, and they are somewhat reluctant towards the research methodology. Specifically, when we see the kind of dissertations projects they prepare, and the reason behind this could be that they do not know how much impact such dissertations projects could do in their career. So the entire motto of my this particular presentation is to try to generate a little bit interest among you people about the research, so that you can do your dissertations projects very carefully, or those who are interested in pursuing further research degrees, they will be having a little bit help from this particular presentation. So research methodology is a vast subject. I came to know that some people over here are from master's degree, and some students are there from the UG level. So some students might have gone through the subject in their respective semesters about research methodology and stat, and might be some students are first time encountering with this particular subject. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, yes, you are right. MBA students have finished research methodology, and BBA
Okay.
student they don't have research methodology at UG level.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for informing me. So I will try that those students who already studied research methodology paper, they do not get much repetitive things in this particular presentation. And I will try that BBA students find it more simplified version of the research methodology, so that they can even think to perceive their career in the field of methodology. So again, with the permission of all the authorities, the academic coordinator, Dr. Tilok sir, and Dr. Lomte sir, I will start my presentation. The students, I request you to feel free to communicate, be interactive in this particular presentation. If you find something, or if you feel that some problem is going on over here due to network issue or anything else, you can just inform me. So I think my presentation will be visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay. So I will try to make it interactive, and I will require your inputs a couple of times in this particular presentation. We chose this particular topic. The topic of the presentation looks very simple: the scope and significance of research at UG and PG level in tourism as well as culinary arts. So the students who have already studied research methodology, they might have found that this topic is very small in their particular syllabus. Scope and significance they might have studied in one or two lectures itself, and the entire research methodology paper is up to of 4 credits. So it requires around 60 lectures altogether. So we will try to finish it off in a 60 minutes over here. So before starting this particular presentation, I will require your comments and interaction on this particular slide.
Uh, Sir, I think
Okay.
slides are not moving.
Okay, just a moment, sir.
So actually, it's a picture of Kumbh Mela.
Picture of
Kumbh Mela.
Kumbh Mela. Okay. Anybody else would like to try
Or
something?
sitting Arati is done by Ganga river, like
Ganga
in
River Aarti. Right, right. Very
Varanasi
good.
or somewhere.
Very good. Very good. Anybody else?
Sir, is it the pic from Rishikesh?
Okay, quite close. Rishikesh is have a small place of Ganga Aarti. It is basically of Haridwar. Very rightly said. Very nice observation from the students. Very correct. It is a place where every day a Ganga Aarti is performed in Haridwar. The purpose of showing this picture is to allow you to participate in a particular activity. I would like that everybody should take off a paper and write down the number of tourism related or hospitality related or culinary arts related businesses you could point out in this particular region in this picture are hidden. You can tell me any kind of business you feel you think it is related to particular place.
The tour guide will be there, and the homestays will be there, or hotels will be there. Some restaurants will be there, and
Okay.
the
Okay, thank you.
transportation.
Thank you very much. You are quite good, but I would like that some other person should also contribute. Every person could tell one or two businesses, and then we will give chance to another one. Very good, rightly pointed out. Restaurants and other firms.
Small shops,
Sorry,
some small shops which we
shops.
available of biscuits for less small kids.
Okay, okay, very good. Next,
Medical shop.
medical shops. Okay,
So small textiles.
textiles. Okay. I would love if you try to point out the businesses related to tourism, travel, hospitality, and culinary arts. Or
Taxi services.
you can point out other things as well. No problem. That is also good. Textile is also very much connected to tourism at this place. Of course, yes. Next,
The
So taxi
transportation.
services.
transportation
Transportation.
services. Very good. Very good. Excellent.
And
Anybody else?
actually, it's a pilgrim area, so the pilgrim things will be there for the like shops, like giving arati. For arati, they will give the like matchbox and
Right,
the
exact. Very good. So all the accessories required for rituals, for performing rituals over there. Very good. So we can say that puja accessories. Right. Anybody else? it could not be visible in this particular picture, but you have to dig into the picture and just imagine if somebody have visited that place, they can clearly say that. But if even if you have not visited that place, you can
Small
imagine. Sorry?
lodges, lodges, hotels.
Hotels, lodges, right? The one of the name of hotel is visible in the picture. Anybody else?
So the boat service, which is to see near to that Arati,
Okay, very good.
and
Boating exactly is not allowed at this particular place, but nearby, right? Exactly. So boating is also part of tourism industry as a tourism activity over there, right? Very good. Anybody else? Just try to dig into the
some
picture.
promotions will be there, sir. Like
Exactly.
ads.
Very good. Clap for you. The marketing and promotion companies or organizations which are promoting this place. Okay. Resorts, transportation. I'm getting some messages as well. Anything else? There are a number of things. Somebody said promotions and marketing. What could be included in that? Any particular type of organization you want to mention over here?
So it may be some any kind of government or any kind of shops. Anything
Okay.
could be, sir. But I'm not
Okay.
clear with this picture. Is there is some ads are there, but
Forget
in this
about the
picture, I'm not.
picture. The purpose of showing this picture is to just give you an object to think. It is not necessary that you should mention the businesses shown in the picture only. I want you to dig into the picture. Just imagine that place. Just try to explore that place in your mind. Like
So it
promotions,
will be
very
some
good.
hotel. It may be some products like soap or some other pilgrimage product.
Okay.
Anything can be do the
In
promotions.
promotions, we can see some things over there. LCDs are there, displays are there, flex are there. So flex printing is another business which is related over there. Okay, anybody else?
So the photography also of
Photograph,
the
very good, excellent, excellent. Anybody else? Just try to pressurize your mind a little bit. It will just sharpen your mind. It will not give you burden. So feel free to communicate. Anything else?
So someone can sponsor the aarti and all. That also usually happens over that place.
Okay,
When
okay,
any big celebrity or politician comes over to the place, so
okay.
that
Very good.
gathering
No
happens.
problem. Very good. Okay, very good.
Sir, indication of that flag uh, near to that river that can show the
Come a bit louder. I'm not able to hear you. Flag or something you are saying?
is the indication of flag near to that river that can shows the uh, lots of devote to the other people, other pilgrims also, or other people who are at localites.
Can anybody tell me what exactly he's saying? Because I'm not able to hear him clearly.
so any
Just
kind of flags.
okay,
He saying some flag and it will be saying about some rituals or something.
okay, fine. So this is an activity over there, posting of a flag every day during the Aarti time. Okay, good. It has been performed in many temples in the southern part of the country or even in the eastern part of a country. Okay, nice.
So the
Anything else?
colorful light,
Lightings. Okay,
so it can be attract a person. Like if
And the
we kept it in a
electricity
shop.
taking care of
okay.
electricity maintenance.
Sorry.
Taking care of electricity and maintenance.
Okay, electricity maintenance. Very good. Okay, fine. So I am just trying to tell you how research is being done. There is a simple object in front of you, and you can dig into it a lot. If I couldn't stop you, we can go on for an entire hour to find out the different businesses related to tourism, hospitality, or culinary arts over here. At least 100 businesses we can point out here. At least 100 businesses. Direct businesses, indirect businesses, even pharmaceutical, somebody said even vegetables, agriculture can be included over here. I took this picture just to uh, make you realize how research can be done from a single object. I don't know whether some of you have visited this place or not, but nearby this place, some restaurants are quite famous worldwide just for a single dish. Can anybody tell me the name of a dish which is quite famous over here? This dish is very common, you can find it everywhere in the country, but it is
The
famous.
chai,
Sorry?
chai,
Chai,
tea.
okay. Okay, that is a beverage. Okay. No, anything else? Have anybody visited
Some
Haridwar?
some sweet dish I know that, but some sweet dish is famous,
Okay. Have anybody
but I
visited this
don't know the
place?
name. No, sir.
Okay. A very simple dish, puri bhaji. A curry, aloo curry, and puris are quite famous here over here, and there are certain restaurants serving puri bhaji since 100 years or 150 years. So they name their restaurants like that only. Prachin Mathurawala Puri Bhaji Center, or Mohanji Puriwala Center, or Panditji Puriwala Center. So these three are quite famous restaurants which are having multiple branches in Haridwar, and they are quite famous for serving puri bhaji only. Apart from that, lassi is also famous at this place, and the sweet dish is rabdi. But puri bhaji is the most famous destination, dish over here, and the tourists who visit Haridwar just do not miss to taste the puri bhaji of at least any restaurant out of these three. So you can also remember the names Mohanji Puriwala, Panditji Puriwala, and Prachin Mathurawala. These are the three famous restaurants over there. I hope that somebody might take the name of tour guides, escorts, or cab drivers, at least tourists, and you cannot forget the pandits or pandas who offer spiritual rituals for the tourists at these places. If they were not there, tourists will not go to a particular place for performing rituals. So at this particular place, these two people related to tourism industry should must require a mention. Okay, so you have done a wonderful job. Thank you very much for your interaction and replies. I think we shall move toward a theoretical part now, and I will come back for an activity in a later stage again. So what we have done right now, we saw a picture and we tried to find out more information pertaining to that particular picture. We tried to dig into that particular picture. We try to imagine something, correlate something, evaluate that particular image in front of us, and picturize that entire scenario over there. You can see the if you visit that particular place, you will see a bridge over there full of hawkers, full of people selling souvenirs, different kinds of uh, toys, souvenirs to the tourists traveling from that or passing by that particular bridge during that aarti, mementos. So n number of things are related to tourism at that particular place. And why I have chosen that picture we'll see in a later phase. So I'll try to club some theory part also, though I'm not completing your entire syllabus over here. The people, students who have done master's degree, they might have gone through this, so it will could be a repetition for them, a small repetition. But for BBA students, we'll see a couple of theoretical definition what research exactly means. So in a simple terms, a word research means searching again and again, to investigate, to search systematically for a particular topic, particular area, a specific topic. Science, but it is also an art, because those who are doing research, they will agree with this particular sentence. Doing research is an art, though it is backed with a scientific procedure, but to perform, to conduct research in a due period of time and in a particular direction, it requires art. So we'll see some of the definitions, couple of simple and couple of in-depth definitions of research. So according to Redmond and Mori, research is systemized effort to gain new knowledge. So there is a word research which says searching again and again, and here you can see the contradiction. It is a systemized effort to gain a new knowledge, because in research we believe that even a topic is known, it has ample of opportunity to research and find out some new dimension to that particular topic. So that's why the word new knowledge is used over here. Then you might see the definition of another person over here, Mr. G.H. Shera, who says that research is an intellectual process whereby a problem is perceived, divided into its constituent elements, and analyzed in the light of certain basic assumptions. What we have done when we saw a particular picture, we perceived it in our mind. Most of you have not visited that particular place, but just to see a picture, we perceived the entire location and we tried to find out what are the different businesses associated over there. We divided it into different constituent elements such as tourism, hospitality, culinary arts, transportation, right? On the basis of certain assumptions, right? Then another definition is research is creative and strategic thinking process that involves constant assessing, reassessing, and making decisions about the best possible means for obtaining trustworthy information, carrying out appropriate analysis, and tracing credible solutions. So we are not stopping by doing assessment. We will reassess it. We make decisions out of the assessment we have done. We will take certain decisions. Then we will try to obtain again some trustworthy information to reassess it. We will analyze that entire information what we have, and then we'll create a solution. So research starts from collecting information and ends at giving solutions. And one of the most beautiful definition of research, which contains almost all the parts of research, is given by Clifford Woody, which says that research comprises of defining, redefining problems, formulation of hypotheses, collection, organizing, and evaluation of data, and reaching conclusions. Hypothesis is the word the students from master might have learned, or they are well aware of, but BBA students, they might not be knowing the word hypothesis, but we'll cover it later on. So the scientific definition given by the Clifford Woody here is, who covers almost all the steps in the research. Here we collect the information, we define something, we redefine something, the problem, we formulate some hypotheses, some objectives, then we'll collect the data related to that particular objective hypothesis, we organize it in a proper manner, we evaluate it using some scientific or statistical methods, and then we'll draw some conclusions. So this is the entire process of methodology or research methodology. There is a thing that some of the students might have observed here. Do you see something in these definitions about the writing style or the placement of the names of authors? How I claimed the name, how I quoted the names of the person who has given those definitions? Can anybody point out the differences over here? Hello?
So, sir, you were said like first point like JJ Shea is says that, and
Okay,
you were said some uh, bracket. You kept some name and the year also, maybe a book or
exactly. Very good. Thank you. Clap for you. You deserve a clap for that. Thank you very much for your reply. So this is something we have to do in research. Everybody needs a due credit what they have done in the past. So whatever you will do in research, whether you will write some definition, whether you will do a dissertation, a small project or a paper, you will always be remembered for your work. Every single contribution in the field of research is counted. So whatever you will do in your UG, PG level, or maybe in the PhD or after post PhD career, everything will be noted down and you will receive a due credit. And in research, as in the definitions, I was saying that it is a systematic process. So for each and everything, we have a system over here, so as for quoting the names of the authors. It is known as the referencing styles or styles of bibliography, about which we will deal in the latter stages. So there are a number of ways to quote the people in the beginning of the sentence or between the text, after the sentence, or at the end of your research project. I think the definition you might have understood, especially PBA students. This is an entire process in which we find out some problem. We try to collect information about that problem and about the methods how to solve that particular problem. We process that information. We just do not collect that information and draw inferences from that. We process that information using some verified tools and techniques, and then we come to conclusion. These are basically four things. We find out a problem, we collect information pertaining to that particular problem, we process information collected, and then we draw the conclusion or we come to the solution of that problem. Is that clear? The four important aspects of research. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So I'll move forward. Basic topic of today is to showcase some significance and scope of this research. As I said in the previous slide itself, that when you do a research, your every contribution is counted and you will get due credit for it throughout your life or even after life also. Your name will always be remembered. So every research contributes in some or the other way for creation of a knowledge, and if that knowledge is very well applied and taken applied to the authorities, you will get certificates for that, you will get patents, copyrights, geographical indications, even trade secrets, and n number of things are there. copyrights are there, trademarks are there, trade secrets are there. One famous GI is there in your area also. Can anybody tell me? That was the first case of GI in India. Is anybody aware about the term geographical identification or geographical indicator?
Is that Tirumala, as you're saying? In Tirupati.
Tirupati?
Uh, Tirumala, geographical indication is Tirumala, no?
Yes, but it is for something, some product, and that is also a product.
Laddu.
Laddu. Very
Tirumala
good.
Laddu.
Very good. Very good. So Tirupati Laddus is a geographical indicator. Even a place could get due credit about that recipe of that particular thing. Are you aware about the concept of trade secret? It is related to your particular field, culinary arts.
So we won't get that recipe like KFC is having the same trade secret, and
Okay.
even Coca-Cola.
Okay.
They won't say the recipe or something.
Exactly. So recipe is always protected under the trade secret, and unlike patent, it do not have any time limitation. If you file patent of something, the patent, you can hold the patent, you can hold that recipe for 20 years only. But if you have a trade secret, nobody can force you to reveal it at any point of time. So most of the time, recipes of any food product, trade secrets will be applicable for that. People love to have trade secrets for that instead of patents. So Coca-Cola story you might must have heard somewhere. It is very famous story for trade secrets, but I will not go into that because of time limitations. So this is the most important significance. So whatever you will do, you will get due credit of that, and you will be written. Your name will be written in the history for the contribution to the knowledge of a human being. This is indeed a huge significance, right? Then every research, human being do research just to ease their operations, just to ease their life. Just imagine if somebody might have not done a lot of research earlier to prepare these equipments, what must have been your condition right now? You can prepare number of dishes easily by using number of equipments around you. Even developing a spatula or a knife is also an innovation. Somebody might have thought that idea in mind and they created knife. So every research contributes for making life easier of human being. I cannot imagine how would have I would have lived easily instead of all these equipments or gadgets we have right now. Even we are talking, we are discussing research through online mode right now because of some gadgets or technologies invented by the researchers in the past. Right? Another, there are number of significances. It contributes a lot in the protection of environment. I will not want to go into the controversy that many inventions actually ruin the environment, but again, thankful to the research of the scientists, they tried to mitigate all the problems of greenhouse effects or anything else, and now we are doing lots of things by conserving the environment as well. So research helps in protection of environment. It definitely contributes in the policy makings. It gives lots of inputs to the government policies as well. One of our research project, Dr. Lomte sir and I worked on, which also got mentioned in one of the policy about the forts of Maharashtra. So your research contributes in the to the government as well for developing policies which again helpful for the country. Then research always help in solving the problems. It could be an operational problem, could be a marketing problem, it could be a business problem, or it could be another kind of problem, and it supports a lot in taking right decisions. One picture is there showing ice cream and spoons. Can anybody tell me about that? What they perceive from that particular image?
So the spoon which is edible one, I guess. I don't know what would I.
Sorry, I'm not. You are not audible. Can you come again, please? Pardon me.
So the spoons which is edible or the wooden one.
Very good, very good, very good, excellent. So this is a research to protect the environment as well as to solve the problem of garbage. Somebody came with that idea to start the edible spoons, which do not create much litter around or garbage, and ultimately saves the protection. Then there are some research specifically in the field of tourism, hospitality, or culinary arts, which are very much related to the social relationship. There are lots of host and guest interactions in the tourism and hospitality industry, which helps in reducing the prejudices, helps in understanding, mutual understanding of each other, different cultures, and solve some social issues, etc. And of course, all this research, though they require investment in the beginning, but at the end reduces cost in the long duration. One fine example of research which we all experiencing right now when we are fighting with the COVID-19 is the vaccine developed by different pharmaceutical companies. So how fast they have done their research and came to serve the society for saving them from the COVID-19 deadly virus. So with this, I kept significances very little just to help you understand how much impact a good research can do on the society, on a country, and the world as a whole. I hope I am able to make you understand the impact of that particular research. Then we talk about tourism and culinary arts. Those people, those students who might have studied research methodology earlier, they have gone through many types of research, but here I stick to the research which are widely used in tourism and culinary arts. Whenever we use word research in tourism, hospitality, or culinary arts, we do any one of these particular types of research. We will either do a feasibility study. Feasibility study means when we are trying to, if we are trying to implement a new product, we are trying to launch a new product or a new company or a new restaurant or a new cafe, we'll have to perform a feasibility study of that particular business. Feasibility means to study whether this particular business or this product or this thing will have a future, good future or not. So whenever we do research in tourism and hospitality field, we can do a feasibility study. Lots of my students do feasibility research for starting cafes, restaurants, or travel agencies, and some of them have started also. So for starting a new business, to launch a new product, you need to do a feasibility study. Then another type of research is exploratory research. Exploratory research means you try to explore something, you try to get knowledge about a particular topic which you are unaware of or you have little knowledge about. Then, for example, if you have heard a word tourism and you start reading about tourism, then you start learning about different types of tourism, then you start learning about different forms of tourism, then you start learning about impacts of tourism, and so on. So you are nothing but exploring the word tourism. Exploring means the phenomenon which is already there, but you are not much aware of that particular phenomenon, and now you are trying to explore it for yourself and the people around you. Like for example, I can quote an example of Gita over here. Earlier, Gita was written in a Sanskrit language, a very famous scripture you all know. So Gita was written in a Sanskrit language, which was not very much uh, available for common people, those who are not able to understand Sanskrit. Then lots of researchers, philosophers, thinkers tried to write down different critiques of Gita in respective languages and made it available to to the people around them. So this is a kind of exploratory research, not exactly the exploratory research, but a kind of exploratory research just to make you understand. Then another type of research is descriptive research. When you describe something by your own or with the help of research done by other people. It is also for the available phenomenon, but you describe a new aspect of that particular research to the listeners or readers. Then the core area of research is always problem solving. If there is certain problem, research will focus to solve that problem by providing good solutions. If everything is there, a product is there, and it can be modified, research will give input to that. And whatever you have, like you have a business, you are running a good business, but you want to expand it, you want to develop it, again you can do research for that, and this will be a developmental research. And most common research which is being done in the tourism and hospitality field is impact study. You might have heard about the different kinds of impact tourism, hospitality, or culinary arts have. Tourism have impacts on environment, it has impact on ecology, it has impact on economy, it has impact on social life of the people, it has impact on culture, it has impact on languages, and so on. That was the purpose, to show you the picture, just to understand how vast the subject tourism is and what are the different dimensions related to tourism. So again we'll move to that picture. I think types of research are okay with you, and if you have some doubt, you can note down that and we'll discuss it in a later stage. So if you have understood what research is, and if you might have understood the significance of it and types of research, I would love if you try to find out a topic for your research in this particular picture again. I would love to hear a couple of topics from you on which research can be done at this particular place again. Same picture, because we have discussed a lot of things about around this picture already.
So we
What
can
are
do
the
a research with what is happening there, what is the Aradi means, and how the Aradi is doing going on. So we can
okay?
do a
Very good.
research with that. And another research is the cost of hotels, and which can be affordable for the common person.
Okay, very good. Anybody else? Right, very rightly said that this is an exploratory study. What the Arti is all about, how it started, when it started, and how it is going on right now. Whether there is a commodification in the Arti or not, whether they
So
are
one more topic, which is the people's arrivals of peoples, and how much
okay.
people gone came for the Aradi day by day,
Mm-hmm.
and what is the uh, like what is the income of the tourism
Okay,
uh,
very good,
at that
very good,
particular
very
area.
good. Tourist arrival, the trends in tourist arrival, as well as the impact on economy. Okay, Those who are not interested or willing to talk with me, they can chat with me, no problem. They can put
Or
their
food culture,
topics in the chat box. Sorry,
food culture of that particular area.
sorry, to conserve
Food culture, sir.
culture, food culture of that particular place. Very good. Okay, food culture, very nice. Anything
And
else? Can you do
wastage.
any kind of feasibility study over here? Yes or no? You can do feasibility study if you want to start any kind of business over there. Exploratory about the Arthi and right about that. Any impact study can be done apart from economy. Anybody else?
The waste management system
Waste
of
management, very good, excellent, excellent. Lots of waste are being generated over there. You can imagine it from the size of crowd. Excellent. Anybody else? You can chat if you are not ready to unmute yourself. You can write down in chat box also. Okay, fine. I'll give you an idea, some ideas. You can do research on crowd management, right? You can do research on the tour guides over there, whether they are getting ample opportunities or not. You can do research on environment protection. The river is being worshipped, and lots of things are being thrown in the river. So the protection of river, cleaning of river, that can also be done. Then promotion of this place, it is already quite promoted, but promoting it in a sustainable way. Sustainable management of tourism over this place, to name some few things. Then you can again,
innovations.
okay, very good, renovations. Okay,
So preserving of Indian heritage and traditions.
very good, nice. You can work on preservation of cultural heritage over there. Okay, so we came with 8 to 10 topics. So that was my point, that research have multiple angles. A same problem could be perceived in a different way from each and every individual. If, for example, I am working in a field of spiritual tourism, but I may have a particular dimension to that spiritual tourism with world peace relation. If somebody else want to do research in spiritual tourism, they can take another dimension to that research. A third person will have an entirely different dimension. Somebody will work on marketing of spiritual tourism. Somebody will work on preservation of the rituals, rites, and culture of spiritual tourism. Somebody will work on sustainable management of spiritual tourism. Somebody will work on the malpractices going on in the spiritual tourism, and so on. Similarly, with this particular image. So every researcher is right, every dimension is right. You can choose any particular topic, micro, macro, or a small, as per your choice. So even a small picture can give you 8 to 10 research topics. If you further dig into it, I'm sure you will come with, everybody will come with at least 15 to 20 topics pertaining to this image only. So with this, I'll move forward and I'll be quick now, because it is again a theoretical part. I'm having 10 minutes if I'm not wrong. Okay. So we will quickly go through the process of research. What we have done when we saw the particular image, you people came with idea of a particular problem. Somebody saw that there is a lots of waste generating. There is lots of crowd over there. There is need of renovation. There is need to preserve the cultural heritage, because we know that when lots of tourists visit a particular place, a lot of commercial activities come with them, and it might hamper the actual original heritage over there. So that problem was also pointed out by you people rightly. So we identified the problem, right? That is always a first step towards research. Then what we'll have to do, we will have to generate information. With this particular image only, we will try to find out different literature available, that what is this place about, why this place is famous, why people go there, what we mean by the Ganga Aarti, why it is performed, what is so auspicious that this much number of people go there, why that particular type of food is being served over there, why a particular type of prasadam is offered to the deities or the river goddess over there, why that arti is performed in that way only, how many people visit that place every year, in which particular duration people visit on a larger number, and on which particular days people do not visit there, how it affects the life of local residents over there, whether they got opportunities of earning by developing new businesses, supporting businesses, or whether they are suffering due to the number of tourists coming there, whether it has created impact on inflation or not, right now. But we'll stick to the problem. If we choose a particular problem of waste management, then we'll collect information related to waste management. So how many tourists visit that place, in which particular duration they visit, what are the different activities they do which generate lots of waste, whether they stay, what kind of waste is generated to the hotels, whether hotel have waste management processes or not, whether they recycle, reuse the things or not. So all this information we will collect, right? To keep our research on track, we'll have to set fixed objectives. We are doing research, we do not do anything if we do not have any kind of interest in that, personal interest. So even in research, we have a personal interest is our objective, why we want to do this particular research. If I'm taking a single example again and again of that particular place of waste management, so our objective is to find out ways to manage waste effectively over there, or to reduce the impacts of waste at this particular place. That kind of simple objective I'm saying you. The objectives could be more specific and at a micro level, but to give you an idea of the entire process, a simple example I'm giving, to find out the solutions to waste management over there, or to control the waste, generating waste over there. When we do research, we cannot stop at the objective only. We have to generate a hypothesis. Hypothesis is an assumption, is a simple statement. I'm saying it for the BBA students. The word hypothesis have a very simple meaning. It is an assumption, or it is a perception in the mind of researcher, that what could be the probable output of my research, or what could be the probable solution of this particular research. Like if I say that I want to study the waste management system at Haridwar, so I can generally I can simply say, I can simply frame my hypothesis like that. The waste management process at Haridwar is good. It is a directional hypothesis, but I'm not going into much detail of hypothesis, types of hypothesis and everything, but it is my assumption before starting the research. Or my hypothesis could be the waste generated by tourism activities at Haridwar creating lots of problems on environment at Haridwar. That could also be the hypothesis. You can set any kind of hypothesis. It is a general perception and assumption about the research in the mind of researcher, and every hypothesis is correct. Whatever you feel is correct for your research. Nobody can challenge it. Whether it is correct or not, that will become to know at the end when you will apply statistical methods. That hypothesis will be tested at the end. So for testing purpose, we choose a hypothesis, a sentence over there. Then we will study the design. Design is nothing like a filter. Whenever you people go and try to buy something on online platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, everything, you apply certain criterias. You apply certain filters. Am I right? Lots of students do online shopping nowadays. You, when you are searching for a cloth, you might apply different filters, like whether you require clothing for men, women, or kids. That is one of your filter. Then you can apply a filter for pay structure or a cost of that particular product. Then you can apply filters for fabrics, for colors, for brands, which brand you preferred or preferable for you, or which brand you do not want at all. Then you can apply filter of reviews or assurity, like Flipkart assured, Amazon fulfilled, and so on. So these are the different filters you apply when you try to buy a single product from any online website, or even if you go to the market, you try different shoes from different brands and then you purchase one. So similarly, we apply different kind of criterias in the research. That is known as the research design. Like we decide on a population, we decide on a geographical area we want to cover for our research, we decide time frame for which we will do study, or the time frame for which different reviews of literature we will do, the past researches we will do. Then we'll decide the sample size, how many people, how many tourists, how many local residents we will contact, or how many restaurants we will contact for our particular research. That too have certain norms and rules in research. There are certain formulas to choose your sample size. There are certain types of sampling designs. There are certain methods for deciding a sampling technique, whether you are going for snowball, probability sampling, or non-probability sampling. I'm not going into deep in that. The BBA students will definitely going to learn it in their further studies, and master's students might have studied it earlier. So with this particular topic only, we will focus on Haridwar, or the place nearby that temple area, in the proximity of temple area, 5-kilometer radius of the temple area, or the area where lots of lodges, resorts, and hotels are located, and how much impact they are doing on the river flowing nearby, the holy river flowing nearby. And then we will decide on the number of tourists visiting that place in the particular duration. Then we will fix a tool, how we are going to collect the data from them. Then we will collect the data. It could be through the interviews, interview schedules, questionnaires, communication, books, research papers, newspaper articles, magazines, and so on. Then that collected data, we tabulate it, we formulate it with certain applications, maybe softwares, Excel, SPSS, or manually. We apply certain tests, probability or non-probability tests, such as t-test, ANOVA, ANCOVA, or MANOVA, chi-square, and so on. And after processing that data, analyzing that data, we'll come to conclusion, we'll find out something, we'll come to solution, and then we'll write the report on that research. So this is the entire process of a research. Though it seems very tedious, but once you will be interested in this particular field, you will enjoy this entire journey. At every point of time, you will have to put a lot of burden on your mind, which will sharpen your mind a lot. This process, sorry. So as being instructed by Dr. Lumde sir, he want me to tell you something about how to write a research report, or what are the points to be covered in a research report. Methodology, I am not going into much detail. Every research report you will be preparing for your dissertations or project should cover at least 3 parts of the research or layout. First is the preliminary layout of the research report, second is the main body, and third one is the end part or end chapter. In a preliminary layout, you need to have certain parts such as your title page, which should have the clear and precise title of your research project, then the name of author or authors who have done that research, the organization for which that report has been prepared or to be submitted, and the date of submission. Then you should provide due acknowledgement to all the people, organizations who supported or helped you for this particular research. Then you have to provide an executive summary, a brief summary of entire research, including the introduction part, what you have done in the research and what are the conclusions of the research, so that if anybody want to study, they can go through the executive summary, and if they want it useful for their study, they can go to read entire research report, or they can switch to another study of their particular their choice. Then you should provide the table of contents in detail, all the sections, subsections of your report with their page numbers, list of tables, figures, illustrations you have used in the research report. So this is the preliminary part of your research report that should be always there. Then we'll move toward the main body of the research report. It could be either done in the forms of chapters, different chapters, and the names of chapters could be related to the topic discussed in that chapter, or it could have certain names like introduction, which will provide the entire purpose of your research, background of that entire area, that problem, that location, that topic and scope. Then review of literature, all these studies which you have done in this particular area in the past, in this particular topic in the past, and from which you took some inferences, some study, some quotes, some knowledge, that is provided here in the review of literature section. Then you will provide the methodology, your design, sampling, data collection tools you will be using, the techniques you will be using for analysis of the data, scope of your study, geographical, temporal, etc. Then you will discuss at length entire study, whatever data you have collected, whatever point you understood from that collected data. Then you will apply the test and you will find out the inferences, that if you just study a mean difference between two groups of tourists, and you find out that some tourists feel that the place do not have a good waste management system, and you can find the contradiction in between them, you can give numbers to that, assign numbers to that, quantify that data, and you can analyze using some methods, and you can draw conclusions using that. So entire discussion of your research will be given in this particular section, and at last you will give conclusions, findings and recommendations. So this introduction, review of literature, design, discussion, conclusion, findings and recommendation comprise the main body of your research report. And at the end, you should provide the entire list of the research papers, books, newspaper articles, TV articles, or TV shows, videos, thesis you have gone through for this research, and you have to provide the list in a particular style of referencing that is known as bibliography. And of course, do not forget to join the appendices over there, such as the sample of your question paper, photographs while surveying that place or that location, or photographs while developing a prototype or any kind of model. Try to click the photographs and put them all in the end of your research report. I'm already 5 minutes ahead of the time given to me, but I will take 2 more minutes just to give you an example of a reference, how to give reference of the reviews you have done. There are number of styles such as Howard style, APA style, and most widely used in the tourism and hospitality field is APA style. While writing your research report, do visit the website of APA manual to find out in detail procedure how to give references. I'm just giving you an example over here, which I have also given in the first slide, just to make you understand how to quote any reference. If you are taking any references from a book, this is the way. If it is a single author, like if you are quoting Dr. Lomte somewhere, you have to write down their last name, Lomte, and year of publication, like I have done in the first slide, Mr. Lowry, 2005. So their last name should be given, comma, and year of publishing at the end of sentence. In between a text you are writing, if you have used something said by some author. And at the end of your research, in a bibliography section, you have to write down their last name of the author, such as Lomte, their initial DM, full stop, in bracket, year of publishing, maybe 2010, then title of book, he might have written. He has written some edited book on a COVID vaccine, or I think on a food tourism, also culinary tourism also. So that title of book could be written, have to be written, sorry. Then place from where it was published, maybe New Delhi or New York or London, and publishers such as Routledge, Oxford, etc. If there are more than one author or more than two authors, while writing in-text citation, you have to write down the name of any one prominent author, and you can write down it as written in this particular slide, year of publishing. And in references, you have to write down names of each and every author at the bibliography reference list, such as Lomte DM, comma, anybody else, such as Tiwari CD, and so on. Year of publishing, title of book, place of publishing, and the publisher. There are slight differences when you go for research paper. If you go for video references, if you go for e-journals, printed journals, if you go for news articles, if you go for films, television shows, so there are slight differences, such as at the place where title of book is written, you can write down the name of paper, comma, name of a journal, then volume number, page number, instead of publisher and place. There you have to write down the name of a journal, volume number, and page numbers where your paper is being published, and so on. So I think with this example, I will stop here. I will just need your attention. This is my personal addition to this presentation. Personal addition in the sense that Dr. Lomde wanted me to tell you something about how the research is done, process of research, significance of research, and references. But I know for student this is a very preferred topic and the topic of their interest. What is the benefit if they perceive research as a career, or why they should study the paper of research equally with their core subjects? So there are n number of career opportunities if you perceive research as your career option. As you have seen, Dr. Lomte and myself, we are working in the academics, and if you want to do good career in the field of academics, you have to have research backup. If you are a good researcher, then and then only you can be a good academician. But apart from that, those who are not interested in academics, there are other opportunities as well. There are a number of government organizations, government bodies who require researchers in their organizations, such as Ministry of Tourism, even Niti Aayog or Asian Development Bank, or other government organizations, just India Tourism, State Tourism Development Corporations. They require lots of people who have good research skills and research aptitude to work for their organization. Then in business organization, lots of research activities are being done when they want to start a new organization, new venture, if they want to launch a new product, if they want to study the marketing trends, if they want to study the product of their future of their product, and so on. So lots of research activities are being done in the businesses. So there are a number of marketing research companies search in the field of their area, such as there are a number of organizations which are dealing in medical tourism research only. There are organizations which are dealing with marketing, tourism marketing research only. There are organizations which deal with aviation research only. So you can work in any of such organization. Then of course you have lots of opportunities in the world organizations such as UNWTO, World Tourism and Travel Corporation, Council, uh, ICAO, ITA, then uh, Travel Agents Association of India, or FHRAI, who requires lots of people who can do research for their organizations. Even after your graduation or post graduation, you can apply there as an intern, research interns as well. Then there are number of media houses such as Hospitality Biz Monitor, Travel Biz Monitor, Draft Talk, etc., who require people with research backgrounds. Then, of course, NGOs. I have taken a couple of examples from India, such as Ecotourism Society of India, Equitable Tourism Options, Responsible Tourism Society of India, and so on, who can pay you good if you perceive career in the field of research. With this, that's it from my end. I request the coordinator, moderator,
Thank
to
you.
open this
Yes.
session for question and answer, if any.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to encourage students to ask questions so that we will discuss. If you have a question, unmute yourself, ask your question, or you can put question into the chat box also. Please go ahead.
I hope I was not in a too much hurry.
No, no, no. It was very good, sir. I appreciate the really you have made research easy. Let us see what students they have any questions.
Yes, of course. Thank you. I would love to hear from students.
Yes, please, student. Even you can comment also. You can ask questions. You can share your experiences. We will have discussion for another 5 minutes. By that time, Lok sir will join, and then we will wind up. Any questions? Sona, any question?
No, sir. I would like to know the difference between review of literature and hypothesis.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, please, sir.
Uh, okay, sure. I would love to answer this. Actually, the word review of literature means whatever inferences or whatever inputs you got for your research from the earlier researchers. Like if somebody have written any book and you find out some inferences or you find out some input which are related to your study from that book, That is known as review of literature. Whatever published or produced in the media, or in some cases not published but written by somebody, even this presentation, which if I upload it on a YouTube or somewhere else, or if I give it to you and you find a simple idea from this particular research and you use it in your research, that will be known as review of literature. If you got an idea from a newspaper article, that would be a review of literature. But when we talk about hypothesis, hypothesis is your own assumption about the solution or about the output of your research. Like, for example, if somebody is doing research on a product they would love to launch in the market. For example, if an organization trying to launch a North India tour in this particular time of COVID pandemic, how it will perform, how their product will perform in the market, that is their objective, that is their motto to study. So they can have an assumption that today we are seeing lots of ease of restrictions in this pandemic situation. So people are now frustrated sitting at their homes and they would love to travel to the destinations if they launch a new product. So that is my personal assumption, my personal opinion about the study I am doing. So if I make a sentence related to that, which could be tested in a later stages, could be a directional or a plain sentence. If I can make a sentence like, if I launch a new product of North Indian tour, lots of people will join my organization to travel. Or if I say a simple sentence that a new product launch of a tour destination in this pandemic situation have a boom in the market, that is also can be said as a hypothesis of my research. It is my personal assumption, my opinion about my research output.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Sona. Thank you, Chinmay sir. There is a question in the chat box for Chinmay Tiwari sir.
Okay.
Bharat Kumar have asked question. Sir, you said that t-test and analysis I want about Z score. It is applicable for research in detail, simple terms. So he is asking about the Z score.
Actually, I am reading that sentence. It is applicable for the research in detail, simple terms.
The question
Not able
itself
to
is
get
not
what
that.
exactly you want to say.
Bharat, unmute yourself and you ask your question directly.
Sir, as in the past days, that our Lambda sir has explained about the t-test and all. I want about the jet score, whether it is applicable in the research projects in future, whoever is done. Okay.
I'm not able to hear him
It is
clearly. His voice was breaking. Sir, can you repeat what he has said?
Yes. So what he is saying, the application of Z score in the research.
Are you doing any particular research you want? You are using which test you are using?
No, they are not doing yet. They are now. They
yet to
all,
start. Yet to
yeah,
start,
they
sir.
will be starting, and all are
Okay.
encouraged to start. So
Okay.
they started thinking about it.
Okay. Very good. Nice to listen it from you. Actually, this is altogether a different topic, and for that, I will have to explain you what exactly a test is, what are the mean test, probability test, how to compare that the data which you have calculated, and how to compare it with the table value of that particular test. So it is applicable in your dissertations, of course. Yes, you can use it in your dissertations projects and even in the future as well. But for that, you need to check whether your data is suitable for that particular type of test or not. And if that data is suitable, or a kind of information you gathered with the particular test keeping in your mind only, then you can use that Z score, a table value and a calculated value. You have to compare those values with each other, and on the basis of that only you can draw inference where your hypothesis is acceptable or not. And if your hypothesis is accepted, you can say that yes, your research says whatever you have assumed is correct. And if your hypothesis is rejected, you will say that your assumption was wrong about the study. It is having another dimension. But in both the case, whether your hypothesis is rejected, your research is always accepted.
Yes.
If your hypothesis is rejected, it doesn't mean that your research is not useful. It is always useful. So I think explaining Z score and the different tests will require a lot of time.
Yes, that can
This
be
is
the
this
different
is not
session.
the, because it will require to give. I will have to give you the detailed idea about tests and log tables and test formulas and all.
Yes. There is
I
one
would
more.
love to explain it in the future, or he can personally connect if he have any doubt in the latter stage of his
Yes,
research.
yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bharat. One more question from Akhil. Could you please tell us about which are the good journals to publish research?
Okay, there are n number of journals, but go for journals which have impact factor or a Scopus ranking. Annals have a good range of research journals. Even Springer has, Routledge has. Even for you people, you can refer a list which is time to time generated by UGC, University Grants Commission, New Delhi. They provide the acceptable journals and list journals. Even I'm sure that the list will be with the Dr. Lomte sir. He can easily give you the list.
Yes, we will make it available. Yes, Shweta, do you have any question?
N number of journals are there, but some of are very good, such as Annals, Routledge, Springer, and so on.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Any other questions from any student? Okay, so with this, I think research is an very deep area, and sir have made it very simple. I really like the way you explained, sir. You made it simple. It is those who have finished research methodology and those who are joining the regime of research now. You have made the concept very simple and simplified it through your activity based learning. You brought the activity in the lecture, and then you have framed questions. You asked student to work on that. Really, that was a great concept. The definition of research also you made it very easy. Uh, then the way you explained that the ultimate aim of research is ease of life for the human being. Really, I appreciate the way you have explained this little difficult, but difficult concept in a simple manner. Types of research you have finished, research process you completed in a very small
So,
time period. Yes, Bharat.
uh, so one question I used to ask that is there
Yes.
any formulas is there any formulas applicable for these researchers who are already doing the researches? Which type of formulas they will use to to make it as much as possible fastly? Is there any formulas?
Uh,
Formulas. Is he said formulas, sir?
Yes, yes, formulas, but I don't think formulas are there, and there is no shortcut for the research. You will have to spend good amount of quality time on research. So I don't think formulas are there for the test, different statistical tests.
Yes, I want to add, if I'm not getting it in wrong
Right.
direction,
Yes.
you have some softwares which can ease your research at the part of analysis. There are n number of options in Excel, in n number of options such as the softwares like SPSS. You can use a software like Mendeley for referencing and bibliography or even quoting citation. Such softwares help you a lot when you will write a report or when you will analyze the data. But there is no shortcut for efforts like Dr. Lomte sir has said.
Right. So thank you. I was explaining that the way you explained, and in between the question raised by Bharat. Thank you, Bharat. Once again, you were really interactive. You, Akhil, then Samiksha, the Shivateja. You people were really made the session interactive and helped Mr. Chinmay Tiwari to conduct session in a good spirit. So, sir, you have explained process, report writing, whatever I conveyed message. Really, you put into the very simple format, and you have explained in a very short period of time. So, once again, I would like to thank Mr. Chinmay Tiwari, sir. Such a nice explanation. And Dr. Trilok Chandar, sir, he could not join once again because he still is in traveling and he could not join the session, but he have conveyed his thanks, and also thanks to your institute that they permitted you to conduct online session for our student. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you, sir.
Chinmay Tiwari. I thank all faculty members of Indian Culinary Institute who supported to organize this online session for the Tourism Research Day. I also thanks to authorities of Indian Culinary Institute. I thank all the students, especially BBA semester 5, MBA semester 3, MBA semester 1 student, and also BBA semester 2 students. Patiently were listening the entire lecture, and you are here till last minute. I also thanks to Lakshmi Chandana for very nice prayer song at the beginning. Once again, thank you all of you, and thank you for your cooperation. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, sir.
Thank you.
It was all my pleasure that you invited me to interact with such a beautiful audience, good interactive students. Their inputs were very useful, and I hope that I was up to the mark of the expectations of the organization Indian Culinary Institute, academic coordinator, moderator, and other faculty members, and especially to the students. I tried my level best to convey the topic given to me to you in a short period of time, and hope to see you in person in our institute sometime. Do
Yes.
visit Shirdi or nearby places and visit our institute. Thank you very much.
Thank you all student. Thank you once again. Have a nice evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.